The movie starts with a man playing a game at the arcade. His name is Remy. He looks at his watch, then leaves. As he is leaving, his girlfriend named Valerie enters. She was stuck, she says. They then sit down. He gets calmer as both get comfortable. They start arguing as he looks at how she walks in a sexy way. He doesn't like it. Remy says, great, the hotel clients will be happy then. She wants to tell him something, but is scared because he is in a bad mood. She will tell it to him later. He is mad and goes to play at the arcade again. Valerie goes to the phone booth and calls her mother. She tells her that she didn't tell it to him yet. She comes back to him and still hesitates to tell him. Remy is getting tired of the suspense. She finally reveals to him that she is pregnant. He says he knew it. He asks her, what are you planning to do? He is surprised she wants to keep the baby. Valerie is disappointed in his reaction. She looks at her watches and it's time for her to leave for her job. Remy is also tired that he can't call to her mom. He can't come see her at her job, and she will call him when to see each other. She pays for him because he doesn't work. They argue again as Remy doesn't know how to take this news. She then leaves and tells him to meet her here in 1 hour. She runs and hurries. She arrives at the hotel. It took her 9 months to find this job. She wandering in the hallway looking for the changing rooms. She finds them and gets her uniform. She changes into it. She closes her locker then and goes to work. In the hallway of the hotel, she fixes herself. She finally arrives and her manager is there. She clocks in with a worker. It's a room service department. The next order comes and he gives it to Valerie. It's her first day. Another worker comes and asks Valerie what floor she was given. She says the second one. Mr. Sar that she saw during the interview arrives and is excited to see her. He helps her, she seems cold. Another veteran worker is asked to come with Valerie for her first delivery. They both go. They take the elevator as the lady tells her she works here for 2 years. The elevator opens and they both arrive to the room. The lady knocks, no answer, so she opens the door with her master key. Once inside, the couple, barely awake, start arguing. They ask to open the curtains, which Valerie does. They then check the mini bar, and she tells her to quickly realize what is missing. They then both leave as the couple argue. Valerie then comes back to the kitchen. She meets another worker who just clocked in. She introduces herself. Her name is Fascia. Now the worker in charge gives Valerie her next order. She starts preparing. Valerie then arrives to the room, knocks. No one answers. She then uses her key to open it. She enters and it's empty. She puts the tray and inspects the drink section, but the man appears from the restroom and says he didn't touch it. The man gives her a tip. He does some little chat about the weather. He asks for a map of Paris, but she can have it brought to him. He asks for the city of Chalmon. He wants to see his son who lives there, because his wife is not there now. All hidden from his wife. The man gets a cigarette and finds the situation funny, like an affair, but with his son. He doesn't know why he tells her that. She says goodbye and leaves. Mr. Sar comes in the elevator all excited and tells her and joking around doesn't bother her. He tells her she looks sad always. He wants to be a singer. He writes songs. He says he will never be a singer and admits he is bad. He starts singing and makes her smile. They arrive back to the kitchen. She informed her boss wants to see her about her contract. She watches her watch, but the boss guarantees it won't take long. They both arrive at the superior. She asks her why she left her last job. Valerie responds that she had arguments with the manager and preferred just quitting the job before things went crazier. And this happened exactly 1 year ago, she says. She adds the manager was after her and it was getting uncomfortable. The superior tells her, it will be easy here. You will have to suck it up sometimes. She then makes Valerie sign and tells her, you are a beautiful girl. That's a compliment, but also a warning. She doesn't want any issue. It's unfortunate she is so pretty because many lonely men among the clients will try. Valerie says she is used to it, even if they offer a lot of money like suggests the superior. Valerie then leaves all happy she got the contract signed. She even runs all smiling and laughing. She watches her watch as Remy is waiting at the coffee shop. Once she is back, her work chief tells her people are waiting, hurry up. She hurries to make the order. A co-worker watches her legs as she grabs the milk. The lady realizes it. She gets her order and goes to deliver. She knocks on the door and serves them. She She then knocks on another door, no answers. She opens and enter, check the drink section and calls the reception telling what is missing. She then uses the phone to call her mom. She tells her she is okay, but then they start arguing. She hangs up, then calls again to apologize. The worker who saw her legs enter, his name is Gene. He closes the door and looks at her. She asks, "What are you doing here?" Then tries to leave, as the man suspects her hiding secrets. He gets closer to her. She says, "Don't get closer." She tells him she is not scared of him and is ready to tackle him. Jin tells her, "If I tell the boss that you use the hotel phone to call other people, that will be messed up for your first day." She can't believe how messed up he is. Valerie leaves the room. She goes to the elevator and keeps watching her watch, as Remy is waiting for her. She arrives back at the kitchen. No one is there. Jean then comes in. Valerie gives him the dirty look. A client then calls for the second floor. Valerie gets to make the order. Jean comes right behind her. She slaps him. Valerie gets in the elevator, then arrives at the suite. She knocks on the door. No answer, so she uses her card to get in. She brings the food to a couple in bed. The lady complains. She wants some eggs, so Valerie goes to grab them. The elevator takes forever, so she takes the stairs. She then asks the lady for some cigarettes. She doesn't smoke. She then goes to smoke. Faisha comes to say hi and asks if she is okay. She says she is aware of what happened with Jean. Valerie asks Faisha to leave her alone. She is not in the mood, while Jean gives her the dirty look. Eggs arrived. She grabs them and goes to the suite, knock on the door, then walks in. The couple is making love. She puts the tray and goes to the bathroom. The lady enters and thinks she vomited in the sink and asks her husband to call someone. The husband tells his wife to go out some clothes. He tells her to leave and she does, insulting them on the way. Valerie then goes to an empty room and calls her mother again. She lays on the bed and almost falls asleep. She then waits until no one is watching, then leave. The lady co-workers asks her if she is pregnant. She says yes. She tells her, "You should have told me." Valerie tells her it's for soon. Now this cold lady finally opens up and seems more accepting of Valerie. She apologizes for her harsh behavior in the beginning. Valerie wants to know if the boss said anything after she left for quite some time. She responds it's fine. Valerie invites the lady to eat something to spend time, but she has her sister coming for shopping. She invites Valerie to join them. She was screwed before and sees it going in the same direction for Valerie. She tells her that, "Baby, your boyfriend, you are happy just when you think nothing will happen to you, everything comes crashing down." Valerie leaves. Her boss on her way tells her that they were notified that things happened with that couple. But he says, "Don't worry, we know clients can be too much." Valerie is now thinking about what the lady said. Then looks at her watch and gets back in the kitchen. The worker chief tells her that couple complained. She responds everything was okay by the boss. She then hurries downstairs and goes outside to finally meet Remy. She arrives at the coffee shop. She left him an hour ago. She can't find him. She searches, then sits down. She steps out, can't see him. She comes back and he's there. He says he went to pee. He asks her about the job. She says it's crazy and she worries. Remy replies, "You don't look like you have worries." She then tells her about what happened to her. Remy tells her he thought a lot about her pregnancy. She gets irritated that they always do serious. They argue like always. The waiter comes. He say they want nothing, but he reminds them, "You have buy something to stay here." He gets a coffee. She asks if he will tell his parents. He says only to his best friend. She doesn't like that. She hates his best friend. She goes off on why she hates him. She stands up. It looks like she is putting all the anger on him for no reason. She then says she already has to go back to work. It feels like she wanted to tell him something. She steps out and a car almost runs her over, but Remy saves her. One more second and it was over. They go back in the coffee shop. She hugs him as he gives her a good kiss. She cries in his arms. He goes to get her something. She then asks, "How can we do to never break up?" He tells her, "Don't think about it." After responding to her, he never thought of it, she asks them why other people break up usually. She is back in her mood again. He promises her he will find a job. This time he pays the bill. When they are ready to leave, she tells him she doesn't want to go back to work at that hotel. It irritates Remy, and she says they may as well break up if they will one day. Remy is so mad, tired of hearing nonsense. He asks her to come, she says no. Remy tells, "You really like arguing or what? That's what you want?" She says, "Everyone break up, so we will." Remy promises that he will not leave her. She tells that her mom and many people around her broke up. He asks about the baby, if she thought of a name. She responds, "Stanislas." And if it's a girl, she responds it will be a boy, she hopes. Valerie then reveals that the lady at her hotel has been abused by the man that tried with her. She feels bad for them. Now he worries that she will have to find a story. Probably they realize her absence. She will tell them the truth. She is pregnant and breaking up with her boyfriend. Remy is in disbelief. She then leaves. She runs to her hotel. She arrives at the hotel. We then jump in the future with Valerie's mom taking care of Valerie's son. Valerie comes to hug her son. They send the kid to play. She tells her mom she is always so tired. Valerie says her job is fine. Her mom then asks for a special discount in the hotel she works. It's for Mr. Vassar. She also promises her mom to give her money back that lended to her. The mom says she will get married to Mr. Vassar very soon. The mom doesn't know yet if she should marry. She asks if Valerie thinks of finding someone. She thinks she found the perfect guy. They all get ready to leave. The mom asks if the father of the kid, Remy, see the kid sometimes. Valerie says yes. The mom feels the regret in her daughter because she regrets, and also she behaved badly in the past. She then says she will call off today from work. She doesn't feel like working today. They take the subway. She gives the baby to her mom. The movie then ends with Valerie walking off.